This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No. Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
Sam, you're wrong. I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
Log on and join our live conversation.
I'm in. Tori just won't let it go.
No. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, November 29th, and we're the only live show that covers what you're talking about right now. And I'm here with Tori, Bo, Brandon, and I'm Sam. Let's get started. Well, new accusations right now for former CBS CEO Les Moonves. He is accused of forcing a young actress to perform a sex act on him in 1995 during a meeting at Warner Brothers Studios. That's according to a new report in the New York Times, and that actress named is Bobby Phillips. Here she is in an appearance on the X-Files in the 90s. Phillips claims Moonves tried to buy her silence by getting her acting roles. Moonves denies the claim, telling the New York Times that he strongly believes the sexual encounter was consensual. And in other Me Too related news, it was exactly 1 year ago today that Matt Lauer was fired from his job as anchor on the Today Show. The news came as a shock to co-hosts Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb. If you don't remember, let's remind you.
As I'm sure you can imagine, we are devastated, and we are still processing all of this.
It's hard to reconcile what we are hearing with the man who we know, who walks in this building every single day.
And Matt has kept a low profile since his firing while he's working to finalize his divorce from wife Annette Rogue. And there are new rumors that Matt is actually currently dating multiple women in the Hamptons, where he lives. That's according to Radar Online. So we have two separate issues here, or two separate individuals that we just mentioned in the package. Let's start with Les Moonves on the newest accusation. What do you think about that, Bo?
You know, I got to be sensitive about how I say this because I don't condone what Les Moonves did. But when it comes to the culture at the time, and when he says, I believed it to be consensual, I'm thinking about the quid pro quo that he offered, which is you become my girlfriend, I'll give you any role that you want. And I'm just wondering, and I'm not taking Les's side on this, please don't get me wrong, but was the culture such that there were females that were slightly, ever so slightly complicit in realizing this is for my career, I may not like it, I may not love it, but I'm looking at my career. Is that possible?
Or it's mutually beneficial.
Correct.
I knew women like that,
yeah.
right? So, yeah, you're dealing with whether or not this was a relationship that it was consensual, it was mutually beneficial, or perhaps it was Les Moonves used to a culture,
yes, yep.
and perhaps she didn't. It was unwarranted and unwanted. But I agree with you that there are some that are complicit in this, which only makes it harder for those that become victims of sexual assault.
With the added exception of an abuse of power by Les Moonves.
Yes, so which clearly is a case here.
So there's a question with that. So the ones where it was consensual for the women, let's say they went on and won an Oscar. Do we strip them of that Oscar or whatever, the award they won? No, but do we strip them for using Les Moonves for his power for those roles, just like we've stripped him of his power at CBS?
I don't know, because I don't think
go back and strip?
I don't think they abused any power. I think what you're saying is. But how else
did they get that role?
Well, I think that what's interesting about what you're saying is there was a culture where that was okay, but I think it was a culture that diminished women's right to even say something.
Yeah.
So even though it was okay, it wasn't okay,
Yeah.
but you couldn't say it wasn't okay. So that kind of culture was very pervasive throughout this past, 2 decades in the Hollywood industry, at least. Now, even if he thought it was consensual, she has a voice now to say, I'm really uncomfortable. I don't think that alleyway was there before.
Okay. I agree with you.
Changed.
Yes, I think that's exactly what's changed. I also think that a lot of these powers that be, so to speak, in their mind, they equate sexual assault and rape to violence, to screaming, to yelling.
Right.
When in actuality, that abuse of power can be just that.
Oh, yeah.
But
just as violating as well.
And then really quickly with Matt Lauer, do you guys think that he's going to be given another shot? It's been a year now.
Yes.
Nope. What about, yes, you do.
I think he will too.
If the Washington Redskins just signed Reuben Foster, who has football player Reuben Foster, who has multiple domestic violence claims and allegations against him.
He doesn't come into my living room every morning.
Reuben Foster,
sorry,
it doesn't
no woman
matter.
is going to turn on that TV or be his co-host.
It does that. Money talks, Tori. Money talks. And we're talking about
sexual assault, and that's not happening.
You two would watch him, but if the Washington Redskins are still going to pick up a man who is known so nasty when it comes to treating women.
Here's the difference, though: is Matt Lauer bankable? like your player is? Is he bankable?
And I think that's exactly what the networks are going to have to look at.
Is
and
the
the
money
ethics.
there?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to say I told you so when it happens.
All right,
good, because you won't. It won't happen.
All right. Well, some big news today on President Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen. So let's get right to Kelly Schubert. She is the news at the moment.
I do, Sam. President Trump is responding after Michael Cohen pleaded guilty to lying to Congress today in a surprise court appearance. Cohen admitted to making false statements about work he did on a Trump real estate deal in Russia. Today, the president slammed Cohen, calling him, quote, a weak person. Today in court, Cohen's lawyer reportedly told the judge the plea deal involves cooperation with Mueller's Russia investigation. I'll let you know if I get any more updates on this developing story.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Well, let us know what you think, DBL Nation. And it's official. The holiday season is in full swing. I can't wait. Last night was the lighting of the legendary Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. Look at it. Wow, 72 feet tall. A Norway spruce sparkling with more than 50,000 lights. And the stars came out to perform for the ceremony, including Miss Diana Ross. Take a listen. Makes you feel all warm and fuzzy.
You want some eggnog?
Yes, I do. And after the tree lighting ceremony, NBC rolled out even more John Legend. With his legendary Christmas special, he joined forces with Meghan Trainor, Darren Criss, Raphael Sadiq, and wife Chrissy Teigen to go caroling. Check it out.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride a open sleigh. Hey!
Oh my God, look at the dog. What's her name?
This is Lady.
Well, we brought some tramps here, so hopefully.
Let every heart prepare a room
And have
And it wouldn't be Christmas without Mariah Carey's hit song, All I Want for Christmas Is You. You've got to see the super cute video she tweeted with her kids, Rock and Roll. I love it.
All hail the queen.
Yeah, what gets you in the holiday spirit?
Oh, you're going to go to me first.
Is it that song? Is it the eggnog that you're sipping?
I've been drinking eggnog since June, so eggnog really does nothing for me. But just the fact that I get to go see my family, and all hail the queen, Mariah Carey, because you hear that song in like every Abercrombie and Fitch around the world. So, you
That's
know.
true. Yeah. And what about you? What puts you in the Christmas
music
spirit?
and the movies, of course. But I love that Mariah was teaching her kids kind of the harmonies and the oohs and the ahs, because that's a sense of tonality that's kind of difficult for people who don't have the ear for it. She's great at that. So
that's
starting
good.
getting those kids in the musical mood.
I like
Tori,
it.
what puts you in the holiday spirit, including Hanukkah?
Including Hanukkah, thank you. It is not the holiday with the trash bag on its head. Thank you very much. I would like to say the smells. The cinnamons, the nutmegs, the mint.
The spruce.
The spruce, the fir, the pine.
Oh my gosh. I love her. All right, and speaking of Christmas, the holiday is less than a month away, and our DBL Deal Blast has you covered. Save big on items for everyone on your wish list, but first, giving the gift of life this holiday season. Our own Brandon London explains why bone marrow donations are so close to his heart. That's coming up next.
An evening in
guys, we are asking you guys from DBL Nation, what puts you in the mood for Christmas? Don't have a gutter mind. Don't have a gutter mind. What puts you in the mood for Christmas or holiday spirit? For mistletoe, right? What puts you in the mood? I like the smells, as I said.
Great, yeah.
You love the sounds.
No, I'm with you on the smells.
There's
because we
something about
bought
the smells.
like a Glade thing. Well, I don't know, it's Glade, but it gives you that balsam cedar, like the candles and things like
You're
that.
like
that
making
smell,
out with a tree.
Is just
like a
it's
Fraser
just-
fir.
What are your feelings on fruitcake? A lot of people have a very strong aversion to
The
fruitcake.
Jews don't eat fruitcake. Jews don't like it. I have no idea.
Jews are not into the fruitcake.
Jews don't have the fruitcake. What I don't get about the fruitcake is the mold, the Jell-O mold. Let us know if that puts you in the mood.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. November is National Marrow Awareness Month, a time to spread the word about how to help people fighting blood cancer. Be the Match is an organization that connects those patients to bone marrow donors. My younger sister Tyson was someone who needed a match, and that match turned out to be our dad. Tyson is now a 15-year cancer survivor, and she's sharing her inspiring story with DBL Nation.
I mean, I kind of remember the day, like I was after school, my mom brought me home.
Yeah.
She didn't really know how to explain it to me. She was just like, you're gonna have to get out of school for a little bit. You have a bone marrow disorder called Fanconi anemia, and then you're gonna have to go to the hospital and leave your family and friends. And at the moment, it was like I didn't really understand. I was like, okay, because it didn't really hit me like what exactly was going on, because I didn't really understand what was happening.
For Dad to have a 1 in 10,000 chance of being a match with you, kind of explain how you guys' bond has been.
Our bond has definitely been very strong, because if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be sitting here on the couch. And for it to be a 1 in 10,000 odd, and him to be that one, I mean, that's amazing.
70% of patients do not have that match in their family. So is this why you've become so active with Be the Match, just to spread the awareness and get people getting them tested?
So that's why you want as many people on the register. The difference between like African Americans and Caucasians, like Caucasians have a 77% chance of finding a match, whereas African Americans only have 23%.
Once someone does register, they've taken the test and they send it in, what should they do now?
So the process is very easy. All you do is you register with the code, and then they'll send you a kit home and you swab your cheek. Once you send the cheek in, they put you into the bone marrow registry.
What kind of message could you give to other people's families who have to go through it and be a strong support for their family member that's going through needing a bone marrow transplant?
Just don't give up. I mean, the love and support that I had from my family was what got me through this whole process, and I couldn't have gotten through it without them.
Every 3 minutes, someone is diagnosed with blood cancer. So the need for bone marrow donors is significant. If you're inspired to join the Be the Match registry, we've made it easy for you. Just head to the Daily Blast Live Facebook page for the link to sign up.
Brandon, I see you're emotional. I'm emotional. I wanted to ask you, what do you see in your sister, Tyson?
I see she's a superhero. You know, we come from a family of, athletes, and I just always wondered, like, I know she wanted to do so much, but was kind of limited in certain ways. But little does she know she's the strongest one in our family. Yeah. She is, and she's coming out of her shell so much after going to college, graduating. Now she's doing internships, and like being able to hang out with her when she came out to visit was just something I really needed. It was something that strengthened our bond even more. And it's hard looking at those images and all, because you replay it back in your mind that I couldn't do anything to save my little sister. And I'm sorry. And I remember when she was a baby, like I would have to like trick her into coming to like hug me and hold me and stuff like that, because she was just one of those type of babies. But then we just had this amazing bond, and I'm just so blessed to have her as my sister. And she's doing work with Be The Match. She's one of the ambassadors, and she's actually the one who set this up. So I love you, Tyson Dillard.
Wow, wow. And Tyson, I love the whole London family, but you are the superhero of that family. We are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at this moment.
That's right. Brandon, I just want to say that was beautiful. My best friend recently had a bone marrow transplant, so the Be The Match is very important. So let's get to some news. Looks like next year is going to be big for Cher. There's a Broadway musical coming out about her life. She has a Christmas album in the works and another album full of ABBA covers. She just posted this list of possible tracks on the upcoming record, like Super Trooper and I Have a Dream. But no one does ABBA better than ABBA. It looks as though the Swedish superstars are ready to release some new music. The evidence we have here is this new Twitter account with a photo that's captioned, "We have arrived." The group is pretty much saying, "Take a chance on me again." Now, ABBA appears to be back in demand. Cher's Dancing Queen record is the highest charting album in 26 years. We'll be right back. Is it still me?
Coming up on Daily Blast Live.
Give you Brandon a minute to elect himself, and Raquel, great transition.
Yes,
very smooth.
That was fun.
Very smooth. I tried to save you, but we went to commercial. We just wanted to give you a big round of applause. That was really emotional, and I think Brandon really opened up, and I wanted to give him some space right now. But I did want to go to Brooke, because Brooke also has a very interesting blood disorder that she very recently opened up about, and I wanted Brooke to take the floor on this one. Go ahead.
Oh, it was emotional watching.
I know. I was like, there are going to be tears here too. Me too. I know.
Yeah, no, it's just like a lot of people don't know. I don't know if I can talk right now.
That's okay if you want to wait.
No.
Okay.
But no, it's really important because blood cancers and blood disorders get kind of forgotten a lot, and not a lot of people know about it because other cancers kind of are more prevalent, you know.
More awareness toward them,
and more people know about all
more
that.
money spent, exactly.
So Brandon's sister did a great thing opening up like that about the blood cancer, and bone marrow transplants are very scary. It's basically you're spending a lot of months in the hospital. You can't be around anyone because you're kind of under quarantine. We'll talk about this next, but I'm really proud of her, so that's great.
So we are supporting everyone here at DBL, but we'll come back to Brooke. It's important to get that information out, even if we're blubbering this, because we need money and awareness. So she looked fantastic. We'll get more to you soon.
We're about to let the great deal snow. It's time for DBL Deal Blast Holiday Edition. Let's get excited. That's right. We've teamed up with our friends at MorningSave.com to bring you the lowest prices on the hottest gifts this season. And here to help us out is my girl and yours, Miss Denise Plant.
I always have so much fun coming to Daily Blast Live, but I have to tell you, Erica, the deals are so good, I had to convince Santa to borrow one of his elves. So, sweet little elf Brandon, come on out! Oh, I hear the bell. Is he riding an imaginary reindeer?
Thank you for being here. Christmas definitely came early for me. I don't know about all of you. But let's talk about the Christmas coming early for you as well. Our first deal is the perfect gift for those who value comfort and style.
Absolutely, because it's the Lila Grace robe and slipper bath gift set. It's so nice and so comfy. It's available in lavender. It's a 5-piece set. It includes aromatic bath salts, a plush relaxation robe, pair of cozy slippers, shower gel, and moisturizing body lotion. Plus, get this, the super plush and soft for extra comfort. Perfect holiday gift for any woman in your life, for sure.
Okay, Denise, Santa loves comfort, Santa loves style, but he also loves to save the people money. How much is this gonna run?
Normally, I'll be honest, as high as $60.
Yeah.
But today, it's just $29, 52% savings.
$29?
Yes.
That is amazing. One of those items could cost $29. Bachelor Elf, definitely pay attention to this because here's a gift that every lady loves, jewelry. You can't go wrong. Tell us about these beautiful necklaces.
Yes, the Pacific Pearls Royal Falls Pendant Necklace. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's the Pacific Pearls Royal Falls Pendant Necklace. The ultra-feminine luster of this exquisite pendant makes this the perfect gift for a lady who just oozes class and glamour. Genuine freshwater pearls, 14-karat gold filled with lab-cultivated diamonds. It complements solid colors and adds instant elegance to a business suit.
Ooh, sounds nice. An Angry Elf loves to make the ladies happy. How much?
You guys, as much normally as $500. But today, just $29, up to 94%.
Wow. $29. You better get one for every woman in your life.
Gorgeous.
Just saying. Just saying.
Okay, it's time for Angry Elf to take over a little bit. I want to get in on the savings. Now this next gift is for all you media junkies out there. What's the deal with this stylish audio headset?
This is something that I think anybody would love. Electric's 3-piece audio gift set. It includes foldable Bluetooth headphones, a Bluetooth speaker, and premium earbud for the total audio package. It's available in designer metallic rose gold, I love, or black iridescent finishes. Perfect gift set this holiday season, and the stylish audio gift set includes everything you need for listening to media anytime, anywhere. Wireless headphones for great sound and style that are easy to fold and tuck away without any messy wires. And get this, the glittery Bluetooth speaker lights up for nighttime listening, and it's also great for parties. Matching earbuds features a built-in microphone for talking or even on the go.
You had me at rose gold, but you know, rose gold is very trendy and people are popping up those prices. How much is this gonna cost?
Love it. Normally as much as $120.
Yeah.
But today, savings of 59%, only $39.
Wow. $39. That's amazing.
Isn't that cool?
Amazing.
All right, moving on to the next one. All right, Denise, Santa has really been working me really hard. And you know, there's nothing that I love more than a nice massage. And this gift is perfect for those wanting to get rid of those knots and aches without breaking the bank. Tell us more.
So is the IQ cordless neck and shoulder shiatsu massager.
Ooh.
Its heated massage technology soothes the muscle aches and even the pains. Cordless operation for enjoying your massager anywhere. Massage and rubbing modes to help increase circulation and mobility. Unique shape massage ball for a smooth and gentle massage. It'll work out most any area of the body. Front handles allow pressure adjustment during use. Automatic timer and really easy to use controls. Yeah.
All right, well, ho, ho, ho. But is the price low, low, low?
I love when you do that. As much as $280, but today, because Santa's helper is here with us, only $49, 83% off.
Wow.
Yes!
That's amazing.
Isn't that great?
Too much fun. Now, if you want to snag any of these amazing DBL Deal Blast gifts, head on over to morningsave.com, and you can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so much, and another round of applause for Miss Erica Koff and Denise Plant.
Thank you.
Thank you, Santa's helper.
Thank you. Thank you. Put me in a great mood. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We are getting a lot of comments in regard to Brandon. Tori?
Yeah, John Venturini just says, that was a beautiful segment, Brandon, and your sister's absolutely amazing. Tammy says, I'm in tears. Your sister's amazing. Bravo to Tyson for coming and doing this.
And I say thank you, DBL Nation, and please, we encourage you to go to our Facebook and sign up with that link. Please, this is a time where we're thankful and we want to give a gift of life.
There you go.
Amen. Way to be the example, Brandon. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a great day.
Good job.
break room. It would be the best day ever. Break room, break room, break room.
Kelly warned me she was going to do that, and it was still just as jarring as if it came out of nowhere.
So our new thing is doing a new song, and we surprised the other people in the break room with the song, and he was very surprised.
Mission accomplished.
But my voice was pretty good, right?
Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Kelly Schubert from the digital team here at Daily Blast Live, and Jason Newtail from the digital team. Now, you might be asking, hey, where are my favorite DBL hosts, Tori Schulman and Brandon London?
Well, great question.
They are in a meeting. Surprise. They're in an office meeting. Actually, they're in a meeting because we are all going to be participating in a wintry Parade of Lights parade this Friday, which we are actually going to be streaming live from our float on Facebook Live. So wherever you are in the country, you can check out this parade and get a bird's eye view right from our float. Yeah. And it's going to be Tori, Al, Jeff, Erica,
all the hosts.
Sam, and myself on the float. So it'll be very intimate. You can talk to them on the float, ask them questions. If you're going to be at the parade in Denver, you can just, instead of waving, that's so 2017 to just wave at floats, why not just get on your Facebook app and say, hey, Sam, and then she can on the camera say, hey, Melanie, or whatever your name is,
And if you're in Denver and you're coming to the parade, get on your phone and be like, I'm coming up, I see your float. And
exactly.
then we'll be like,
we'll be waving. And on top of it, it's a pretty amazing looking parade. I have to say, I grew up in Boston, lived in LA for 18 years. I've seen some parades, folks. I'm just going to say it. I've seen some big city parades. And this is really impressive.
The Parade of
It's
Lights
beautiful.
is huge every year. Hundreds of thousands of people come every year, and it's 2 nights. So it's Friday and Saturday. But Friday, tomorrow night, is the biggest night. And it's going to be really...
We're excited. Aren't you
If
at
I
that meeting?
could let Brandon join us.
Oh, that's right, too. All right. I'm going to move out. Listen, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, because she was singing.
Tori,
and it was
Tori, here she comes, that Tori. Jason's trying to escape from my singing voice.
Bye. Sorry, they said we had a meeting and I was the only one in there. And then they said, oh, it's tomorrow. And I was like, what?
Oh, what?
Yeah. Anywho, how is everybody?
Everyone's good. We were just telling them about the parade tomorrow night and how much fun it's going to be. And
what parade?
The festival.
Are you serious
of
right now? You have to be
lights.
there, don't you?
I don't think he has to be there.
Oh, he's leaving, so he doesn't have to be there. But the rest of the hosts will be there. So if you were hoping to see Brandon, womp womp, he won't be there. He's got another job to do, though, right?
Palms up emoji. Yep. New York Giants versus the Chicago Bears this weekend.
There you go.
Bears.
Ditka. The Bears. Okay. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Can you tell her to stop?
Oh, I've tried that. I've given up on that. Now I just embrace it. But anyway, what's going on, DBL Nation? We're tracking the top trending stories of the day. Of course, we've got Les Moonves and the new accusations there.
What a scumbag.
But we've also got the Rudolph story, which we'll get to, which is my favorite story of the day. I don't know if you two have even heard about it.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Tori's going to eat her lunch, and that's fine. Eat her breakfast. Chef Steph, what's her Insta?
At Chef Steph.
Yeah.
You have to spell it a certain way, though.
S-H-E-F at
So, Chef Steph, SHEF.STEPH. She makes all of our meal prep meals, and they're delicious. So anyway, if you're in Denver, hit her up. So let's talk about Les Moonves first and just get that skis out of the way. No, I mean, it's true. The New York Times is reporting a new accusation against the former CBS CEO. A woman named Bobby Phillips is saying,
actress?
yeah, she's an actress. She said in 1995 he forced oral sex on her and multiple other things. Basically,
he forced her to perform oral sex on him.
Exactly. And said to her, if you're my girlfriend, I'll get you some roles. It turns out her manager or agent at the point, sounds like, New York Times is reporting this, that the agent was working with Les Moonves to get her these roles.
Look at my surprised face.
To cover this up.
So let me ask you a question. Should the manager?
Oh, you're gonna see my double chin a lot
Should the
today.
manager or the
Oh my God.
agent be in trouble now as well?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Another
okay.
skis. Just
so
checking on the list.
Are we waiting for him to be Me Too'd? Are we waiting for
Oh,
him,
yeah.
her, whoever?
We probably won't hear of
To
it.
him. His name is, let me get it right, Marv Dower is his name.
Oh, great.
He was trying to
Lauer,
become a bigger
Dower.
person in, yeah, that's a good point. He was trying to become a bigger agent in Hollywood and thought this would help him. And so Moonves did allegedly send a text to Dower to say, if Bobby talks, I'm finished. So that's huge.
Guys, Bobby has talked.
Bobby has talked.
Bobby has talked.
So it's important to say that Moonves is denying this. He's saying it was consensual between the two. So we do have to look at that, and we have to consider that, of course, because we always like to look at both sides here on the break room. And
I will say this, even if we're consensual, let me get your opinion, Instagram people,
That's
and
the
Facebook or YouTube. Can it be considered consensual if that is such an abuse of power? I'll get you a part. I can see how that's a mutual beneficial situation.
Because it is.
Wait.
But is it consensual?
Yeah, yes, it is, because
Well, if this happens.
If allegedly, let's take them out of it, and let's say, because the casting couch, we've all heard about the stories about the casting couch for the bad and for some people to say the good of their careers.
You're exactly right.
Some, not even women, men have used their power of sex to get roles. So you can look at it like, and we're, like I said, we're gonna take her out of it.
Yeah.
If it was consensual and she did it for more roles, my thing is, if Les Moonves can be stripped of his title years later at CBS, let's say she won an Oscar or some sort of an award for a role that she got just because she had sex with him, can we strip away that award?
No, because she didn't abuse her power.
She did. The power of the the power of sex. Sex is also a weapon. Sex is a power.
Right, but she had no power
as well. sex. He wanted
her
oral
body.
sex, her body.
I mean, to me, I also say when someone says it was consensual, there was a culture there where you weren't allowed to say I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I think consensual is always in like
hard.
air quotes a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yep.
I also want to tell you, but as you were saying, it used to be, and this is what I've heard from my acting teacher. People would send their headshots in long ago, 50s, 60s, right, 1950s, 60s, and write DRR on their headshots in the bottom right-hand corner, and that meant director's rights reserved, and that meant I'm willing to sleep with you.
So
this person,
DTF, basically.
DTF is DRR, and in that case, yeah, that is very much like I'm opening myself up to you.
Yeah.
And I can't blame them, but this
But what's the difference between that and this woman?
and
I don't
because
know.
she's saying it's not consensual.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
of course, she is saying that now, and she's saying they were covering it up.
Yeah.
And the texts, I
So-
mean, according to New York Times,
But-
those texts prove it.
Yeah, when he says she could bring me down, that's not a good thing
And
to
so
text.
what he's saying when he says I'm finished, he's talking about his $120 million exit package that he now may not get from CBS.
Right, remember how we said it was on, it was off, it was on, and it was off? It's
You
still
don't
on
do
as a
that.
consultant, but this might cause it to be off again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we'll
because
see.
there was a clause in there
Yeah,
that
there
said
was.
if there were some
Pending
more
the
allegations
investigation.
and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A good lawyer put in that.
Great job.
Yeah.
Great job. to
Pending
the lawyer.
investigation, exactly.
Yeah.
But the casting couch, like I said, it's been.
It's lascivious through both sexes. I understand.
No,
that.
But
I
we've
agree
been
with
hearing
you.
these stories. Like, just think of Shirley Temple. She said at the age of 12, a producer exposed himself to
Yeah.
her. We hear these stories all the time. And I want to go back to 1921 because I did the research. It was this legendary silent film director. He had some, oh man, I forget his
Is it
name.
with Shirley Temple? We can look it up.
No, it wasn't with Shirley
Oh,
Temple,
okay.
but it was with Virginia Rapay in 1921. If there's any DBL viewers who remember this guy's name, he raped her and then he killed her. And then it took 3 trials, and he still got acquitted. So this has been something that's been going on.
Yeah,
People have been getting acquitted.
Roman
now,
Polanski,
Now this is
13.
the death to the casting couch. This Me Too movement for both men and women. 'Cause
Blow
if
it
you
up.
look at
Yeah.
Terry
Blow it up.
Crews, Corey
Yeah,
Feldman, James Vanderbeek, they were men who were also abused on that casting couch as well.
And here's a question that I was going to just ask. Doris, you and I are on the same wavelength today, girl. She wrote, did Julie give it up for her job, now marriage? Here's my question. The second you hear Les Moonves say, if you're my girlfriend, I'll give you a part, and I'm sorry, but I keep it 100, my brain immediately went
Yeah,
to Julie
of course,
Chen.
of course.
I mean, I think that's where we all went. Now, I would never say that about someone. Those are rumors that are all over Los Angeles.
Yeah.
We all hear that, but I think that would be a rumor with any female in power.
Yeah.
But there's a question there of, well,
But it was
does
a
that-
rumor before
Right,
any of these
right.
allegations even came
So,
out.
I mean, it's unfortunate for Julie because
It
that's
is.
a question that now
Yeah, it
everyone
sucks.
has in their head.
Yeah,
But
it
like,
does.
but we've all lived in Los Angeles. Kelly, you used to live in LA as well.
No,
Well, Tori, we've lived in
someday.
LA.
Someday I'll live
We've
there for a little
seen
bit.
that beautiful, I mean, just absolutely hot woman with that guy where you're like, man, what is she
He's a
doing
great
with him?
personality.
Yeah, but he's some sort of producer.
Yeah. And then Isotech just writes in, what if the roles were reversed? What if it was a top female studio executive who offers sex to a struggling male actor in order to get roles? And guess what, Isotech won?
Same thing.
Completely inappropriate.
Yeah,
a
still not
complete
okay.
abuse
Completely,
of power.
yeah.
It has
still
no
not okay.
difference to me.
Yeah, I don't, me either.
So,
But how come the men who came forward during the Me Too movement aren't getting as much notoriety as a lot of the women?
well, for instance, Terry Crews, I think, and if I can,
He
put
got
him-
laughed at.
But he did, and not
It's
only that, but
disgusting.
he testified in Congress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry Crews has stepped forward as being, as he was an ex-football player, the big masculine
Yeah.
guy,
Yep.
and said, not only was I abused, in that moment, I think this is so amazing, because I never have to think this way. He's at the party, we're all dancing, someone grabs him.
Yep.
He feels a reaction, right? You want to, hey, watch out.
Yeah.
But he's a big black man. And he said, if
knew
he
better.
had reacted, then would it have been even worse?
Yes. Yeah.
And I
He
thought,
knew
my
better.
God, he was
What a
really in
strong
a
man.
rock
Yep.
and a hard place right there.
Yep.
So we definitely want to give props to all the men who have come forward.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, Brandon. We should no longer laugh because I think it is an issue.
Yeah.
And regardless, Les is a creep. This was before Julie Chen and he were married, just so we know, with Bobby
Yes.
Phillips. Okay. But no matter what, this guy is the creepiest of all creepies. So we can all agree on that. Anyone disagree with me? Cool. Let's move on.
Let's go to our fifth host.
Oh, and also,
Yeah,
treasured
that's-
guest, this is a really
that's
important
good.
thing. We should worry so much more for the people outside of the industry. I worry about young people on the YouTube casting couch. Interesting.
Because
That's a really
there's
good
no
point.
there's no regular, like, we're all up in arms because these people are famous. What about the people in, like, the food industry? That is a horrible industry too.
What about when you think of these what they call Instagram models that are showing a lot of their goods, and then they have there's been this one thing where if you see for direct bookings and then there's their email, that's saying hit me up, fly me out, I'll hook up for either money or for some sort of role or something like that.
So you think
I'm in this world. I'm in this world.
So you're saying if I have become an Instagram influencer all of a sudden,
influencer is one thing. What they call IG
model. Okay, gotcha. So that's different.
So it's a different industry. So we're hearing about it, but we're hearing it in the food industry. We're hearing it in the photography. Modeling has had a major issue with Terry Richardson and all of that. So there isn't an industry in which this isn't occurred. Remember, the Time's Up movement gives $13 million to women of farming and migrant workers because nobody's talking about that kind of abuse of power. So remember, the money needs to go from the bottom all the way to the top. So I appreciate that. Julie's going to stay to see if he gets that exit package. If not, she might leave. That's love one another's prediction. Let me know, guys. Do you think Julie will stay for the money? Or she's in love with Les. She did publicly take his last name and said, I'm Julie Moonves. She usually doesn't.
Julie Chen Moonves,
Julie Chen Moonves.
She's sticking with that right now,
Is that her standing?
That can hurt her.
I think so.
If he doesn't get that 100...
And Big Brother fans out there, do you think this is going to have any,
Completely agree.
That's the first thing I thought this morning was, oh my God, Julie.
Yep.
I think she thought when she made that statement saying Julie Chen Moonves, I think that they thought that they were going to get that 120
It was over.
mil.
Yeah, that was going to be it.
But now this may change some stuff.
Yeah.
So guys, we love your predictions on this.
Goodbye to the hyphen.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's find out what you guys think, because we don't really know when let's also not think that she's just in it for the money. She might be in it because she loves Les Moonves, but
sucks even more.
Who knows? XOOX said it perfectly. Julie made her bed.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with a woman that sticks by a man that does some dreadful things to other women. I have a really hard time understanding that woman. I don't want to not have empathy for her, but I don't understand that when if my husband
things that happened before they were together.
Doesn't matter.
But what if she didn't know that?
I don't care. No, I'm saying sticking by her.
You mean at her saying
once
Julie Chen
it's come
Moonves,
forward that this guy's a total creep, I have a hard time with her sticking by this guy.
Yeah, but if it's
interesting.
I don't know.
Naomi says if Julie stays, then she is not of as strong as a woman she seems.
Yeah,
I kind of agree with you.
I agree with you.
And maybe that's the wrong projection and it's a biased perspective, but I 100% agree with that.
So are all you Big Brother people just saying this now? Is my question, because I remember when we did the first story, a lot of you were giving her props for standing by him.
Not.
No, a lot of our viewers were. Yeah. So I'm just curious, what changed your mind? Is it because another one came out?
Right.
Or is it just because, it's settled for a while and now you're like, oh man, she really did make the bed? Because I kind of thought that from the beginning. We all did. We were all like, what is she doing?
Why are you sticking by that? And she's a great Big Brother. She's a great
She's
a great brand.
I mean, Big Brother is, she's the host.
John Vedrini says JV's picks for new BB host is Jeff Schroeder. Not going to happen. We won't let him. We'll tie him to a chair.
Yeah, right.
Dick
He'd be
Donato.
out of here so fast.
You're totally right. And Ross Matthews. I think Ross would make it fantastic.
I think he would too, but I think Jeff would be better, to be
Jeff's
honest.
not leaving.
No, Jeff won't. I don't know. If they asked him, he may. I think Jeff would be a great Big Brother
If the
host.
money's right, there you go.
So let's move on to our fifth host, but keep sending us your comments on that. I want to know what you think, especially those Big Brother fans who watch Julie Chen and watched her stand by him.
And Kevin Ang just wrote in, I wonder if Julie doesn't have a kid with Les, would she have left him with the allegations?
That's a great question, too. We have to remember when you have a kid, it makes a lot of difference. Okay, so Brandon's excited about this fifth host. So the question today is telling kids they're bad at something bad parenting? So years ago, Reese Witherspoon, her new book, Whiskey in a Teacup, came out. She says when her daughter was in third grade, Ava, I believe her name is, Ava, she was crying in her bed because she was so upset because everyone else on the basketball team had scored and she hadn't. And Reese said, you could be bad at basketball. You're kind of bad at basketball. And her daughter was like, that's mean. That's so mean, Mom. And she's like, but you know what? Is it mean or is it true? Because I'm bad at basketball too. And what do you think about that?
So big discussion.
Yeah, people are up in arms about this, but I'm like feeling, I love Reese, and I think what she said was a good lesson for her daughter at third grade.
Yeah,
she also said everything.
Right, and she also said she loves watching Chris Rock. Chris Rock does a lot of stand-up on this where you're supposed to tell a kid if they suck at something.
Yes.
And so she totally agrees with them. A lot of parents who I consider the helicopter parents are very much like, everything you do is good.
You're so good at this.
Oh my God. And is that great? Are you pumping them up, or are you sort of setting them up for a complete failure? Because no one in life ever does that to you.
It's kind of like the participation trophy thing, right?
I
mean,
and as a son of a football coach, and former athlete. I guess I'm still an athlete. And I work with some of the top high school football recruits in New Jersey. You look at one kid who's genetically blessed.
Yeah,
and he's doing the drills. He's always in first. Then you look at the kid that comes in last every single
Working
time.
really hard.
And for some reason, it's always that kid's parent that's like,
you can do it.
I want my kid to go to Nebraska. I want my kid to go to Michigan.
Put my kid in. Why aren't you putting my kid in?
And it's not that I'm going to tell the kid that, hey, you suck. You're not good at this. I'm going to tell the kid, hey, you need to put in some work.
Yeah, work a
You
little
have
harder.
to put in work because sometimes some of these kids are genetically blessed to where they're going to be good right away. They're going to be better right away. But there are those kids who they mature into their bodies late.
Exactly.
Like me. I went from 5'10" to 6'3", just like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Just like that.
Yep.
And I still wasn't fast. I didn't grow into my body until college.
But were you good already?
I had skill set.
Yeah.
I had skill set,
But
I wasn't the biggest, fastest, strongest. Where my own father wouldn't recruit me. It was like, you're not. My dad was at Virginia, at the Boston College in Virginia when I was in high school.
And he said that.
And he said,
he told you the truth.
Yeah, he told me the truth.
Work harder.
And
you did.
And
you
I
did.
ended up,
And look,
you know,
Super Bowl champ.
Super Bowl ring.
But you have to, those parents who are always like, oh, no, little Johnny, you're the best, you're the greatest, yelling at the coach, my kid should be in the game. Your kid hasn't scored. He keeps getting the ball taken away from him.
He keeps airballing
Come on, be real with these kids. But at the same time, you still have to encourage them to try and to go hard at something.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they can find a love in something that's related to that field.
What if you want to be the team manager?
Or the coach.
You know what I mean? Or the coach.
Yeah, and I think that's really important to hear from someone that did make it as an athlete, that they were told, hey, you got to work harder. A lot of people are writing in, this isn't bad parenting. You don't want to say you're awful, but for instance, XOOX says you can say practice makes progress. That's everyone should know. You'll never be perfect, but you can be better. And then John Venturini, no, telling your kid that they are bad at something is a reality barometer. I love that. And true love. If you couple that with ways on how they could improve, that's even better. And Jason Anderson said, spite can be a very powerful motivator.
Thank you.
So if someone says you're not good enough, and if you're really dedicated,
I'm gonna show you.
They used to tell me I wasn't going to the NFL, and those are the first people who asked me for tickets.
Always.
But here's a responsibility for that parent. So let's say Reese Witherspoon. What I would tell her, I don't know what she did, but if you're gonna tell her daughter, hey, I'm sorry to bore you.
You're not boring me.
I'm just joking.
You're not boring me.
If she tells her daughter, hey, you're not as good as the other kids, but tomorrow, 6 a.m., we're going to be outside in the front yard, and we're shooting, and you're shooting with that kid.
Now that's good. That's good.
Or suggesting a different thing. Maybe you'd be better at this. Maybe you should try volleyball. You know what I mean? Or maybe art, maybe music, something that's not. Suggest something else.
What if the kid really loves
Well, then you keep encouraging them, and you keep practicing.
Shirley writes, when my grandson comes crying to me because of something a kid says to him, I tell him he's not allowed to play until he gets the strength to not allow others' words to affect him in that way.
Such a good lesson.
Shirley.
Yes.
Comment of the day.
Shirley has a lot of really good comments. You are a smart woman, Shirley.
Shirley says my grandson is much stronger now. Now that's giving power back to the child, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now I went to a school, and as we all know, it's a little bit of a hippy-dippy artsy school. We call our teachers by their first name. Our mascot was the grasshopper. I understand there's an issue. And we were told, you're good at this a lot. There was a lot of participation ribbons. However, when you excelled at something, you went more into that, you were siphoned into more of a, intermediary setup. So even though you were, blessed with all that, and you could say it, they pushed you once you found your thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm a very mom that I'm going to be a mom that's like, you can do anything, but yeah, if I see my kid is better at something, I also would do more positive reinforcement towards that.
I have a sister. She's 5 years older than me. We were both athletes, but she just wasn't as good of an athlete as I was, and my parents pushed her into the coaching role.
Right.
She coached me growing up in volleyball and basketball.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, she was just better at the coaching. She's she knows more about sports than.
Isn't that interesting?
You and her could have an hour-long conversation.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But that's
so
she's
think
better
outside
at the
box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think outside the box. If you love basketball, cool. Maybe there's something else you can do with
That's
the
right.
team,
And finally, Naomi, parents and coaches need to be honest with their kids in order to make them best they can. Not everyone should get a trophy if they don't earn it. And I think, in my head, and tell me if I'm wrong, the pendulum swung in the 90s, 2000. Everybody's
100%.
good. And I think we're getting back to where...
Because I definitely got participation trophies when I was little.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
I did too.
Well, I usually won. So.
I got tough love,
Just
hard
kidding.
love.
Did you?
Tough love, hard love. Like you said, we're not going to recruit you. You're not big enough, fast enough, strong enough to play Division I. But he would wake me up 6 a.m.
Yep.
Hey, get out there, run hills.
Yeah, if you want it, you got to do it. Yep.
So can we get this last one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we've got a couple more minutes left, and I want to get to this Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer backlash. So it aired last night, as it does every year. People watch it every year. It's an annual thing, tradition. Twitter users are up in arms about it. So, Leo, if we could pull the tag board up, I want to pull the tweets up. I'm going to read them to you. The first tweet says, Rudolph teaching kids since 1964 that your peers will only accept your differences if you can provide them some kind of service.
Facts.
Next one. My saddest takeaway in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is how dismissive and mean Santa is when they first see the red nose. Really, Santa?
Fact.
I gotta be honest, that always did kind of bother me.
And another
Why was Santa such a jerk about it?
There you go. Another person tweeted a meme that says, roses are red, elf practice is avoidable, deviation from the norm will be punished unless it's exploitable.
That's a lot of words.
It's too many words.
Too many words
for the roses and red thing.
Word scroll.
And one more. Has anyone else noticed that within the first 5 minutes of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, 2 characters get bullied? So,
well, yeah, that's the whole story.
I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think we're being too PC? This movie has been around since 1964.
I mean, I think the whole story of Rudolph is that you are bullied and then you can succeed. But again, my problem with this whole thing, Mr. Claus. Why?
Let me talk to you, Santa. Come here, Santa.
Yeah.
Come here, Santa.
And I don't have a relationship with Santa as you do.
Yeah.
And he never came to my house. I'm Jewish.
Yes.
However, what are you doing when
Santa's supposed to be the good guy?
Saint Nick, you're supposed to stand up for that kid. I always wondered where and then I thought, oh, maybe he's letting Rudolph learn. I don't know.
I
don't think that's right.
But this is what we need for 2018. This is what we need to teach these kids for 2018. That thing you're getting bullied at, or that thing that you have an insecurity about, as you get older, and you take it and you own it and you use it
to your advantage.
You are going to be great because of it. And those people who bullied you are going to come back and ask. They're going to be the ones working for you.
Yeah, no,
they're
you're
going to
right.
be the ones all up in your DMs
People always say
asking
that,
you for
it's
Super
true.
Bowl tickets.
Yeah, I mean, it's to be honest,
truth.
Love One Another says, I'm totally not PC, but that show always made me feel really sad as a kid.
Okay,
it was a very mean.
It was never like a fun movie to watch, right? It was always, I mean, I remember watching when I was little, but it was never a tradition for us.
And I like the idea of the bullying being real.
Do we need to update it though?
But
no, we need to keep it just like it is. Oh yeah, update it because now we can show Rudolph has his own
Facebook
reindeer company or present. Yeah. He made Santa go out of business because his Rudolph his gift giving company has just put Santa out of business.
Again,
updated.
I will say this: if we update I just would like to work on the Santa Claus aspect. He should have been the hero.
Not such a
No.
meanie.
Come
Anyways,
here,
guys.
Santa. I need to talk to you, bruh.
Yeah,
Keep sending us your comments. We want to hear from you all day. Instagram, we're going to leave you now. Goodbye. Goodbye. If you're still with us on Facebook or YouTube or even Periscope, we are going to send you to our favorite part of the day now, which is Heart Threads. And this one is
Tell me everything.
I'm not even going to tell you. You just got to watch. It's a good one.
Is it animals?
Nope, it's not. It's even better.
I can't wait.
I think it helps people see a different side of cancer, a different side of mastectomy. There's the fearful side, and then there's the I'm not going to let this stop me side. I found the lump the week of my 35th birthday. I don't have any genetic history in my family bloodline for breast cancer. So like any healthy 35-year-old, I thought it was anything other than cancer. So about a month after that, I started chemo. There were moments, especially in the beginning, where the fear of it all was just so overwhelming that I got visions of my funeral service. And when I caught myself in that thought, I just got out of it and I said, absolutely not. Like, what the heck are you doing? There are just too many good things around me. And I'm just choosing to be happy. I'm choosing joy. I had already had my first chemo treatment and I knew that my hair would be falling out. And I said, no, the chemo is not taking my hair. I'm taking my hair, darn it. So we had a shaving party. It was just a way to kind of grab cancer by the you-know-what and say, not today. Nope. So on March 15th, I had a lumpectomy. After the lumpectomy, you know, they did a bunch of lab work on what they took, and it was determined that they by no means got it all and that I would have to go in for the mastectomy. So I was just getting kind of nervous. And then surgery day came. So my surgeon comes in the room, and Nicole, my cousin, looks at the surgeon and says, so question of the day, can we have a dance party? And my surgeon immediately was like, yes, oh my gosh, absolutely. What do you want to do? And she pulls out her iPhone and she says, I'm going to get this song queued up for you. What song do you want? And I'm like, oh, wow. I want to dance with somebody. You know, everybody's like, yes, absolutely. That's awesome. Kind of thought everyone would just be, you know, standing in the back, letting me just kind of do my thing and, you know, let loose before surgery. And it was fantastic. Everyone in the room was moving and shaking and singing. I'm getting private messages from people who are going into the same surgery a week or two from now saying that I've given them hope to get through it and that everything's going to be okay. It's just incredible. If you're hopeful and if you're expecting to come out of this well and recovered and cancer-free, well, that's the attitude that you have to have. You have to assume that that's kind of where you're heading, and just, you know, act with a full heart and a happy heart.
Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No. Always live. Always real. Always unpredictable.
Sam, you're wrong. I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
Log on and join our live conversation.
I'm in. Tori just won't let it go.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, November 29th, and we are the only live show that covers what you're talking about right now. And I'm here with Tori, Bo, Brandon, and I'm Sam. Let's get started. Well, new accusations right now for former CBS CEO Les Moonves. He is accused of forcing a young actress to perform a sex act on him in 1995 during a meeting at Warner Brothers Studios. That's according to a report in the New York Times. That actress is named Bobby Phillips. Here she is in an appearance on The X-Files in the 90s. Phillips claims Moonves tried to buy her silence by getting her acting roles. Moonves denies the claim, telling the New York Times that he strongly believes the sexual encounter was consensual. And in other Me Too related news, it was exactly 1 year ago today that Matt Lauer was fired from his job as anchor on the Today Show. The news came as a shock to co-host Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb. If you forget or never saw this, take a look.
As I'm sure you can imagine, we are devastated, and we are still processing all of this.
It's hard to reconcile what we are hearing with the man who we know, who walks in this building every single day.
And Matt has kept a low profile since his firing while he's working to finalize his divorce from his wife, Annette Roque. And there are new rumors that Matt is currently dating multiple women in the Hamptons, where he lives. That's according to Radar Online. So these are two different people, two different cases. Let's start with Les Moonves. What do you think about the recent accusations against Les?
That's a great point to bring up, Sam. You know, I will not defend the abuse of power that Les Moonves exhibited. But I would like to take a deeper look into the consensual aspect of this. He thinks it's consensual probably because he was offering a gooder service, which is you get roles in my shows. The female receives that. So what's the transaction? Sexual favor for role. So my question is in this, and this is not to take away from this woman's claims, but was she at all complicit in a way in this so-called consensual situation?
And I would like to say on to that effect, I think air quotes around consensual, although it might be trendy, is very important here. I think you can say it was consensual when back then there wasn't a way for a woman to say, I'm really uncomfortable with this. You sort of had to just go with it, and I think certain men did too. So even if it was consensual, air quote consensual, she didn't stop it, she didn't resist it.
Well, they were interrupted by a phone call.
Correct.
Maybe if things proceeded, again, we're speculating, she would have said stop, no.
Right, or if this is in another case back then, I don't think that was an avenue that women felt they could even say stop. So I think at this point, consensual, when we're talking about Les Moonves, always needs to be held with air quotes, because I don't think anything
But she walked into that office probably hoping she would get a role on something. And my only question is when I think about the forcible aspect of this, we weren't there, I wasn't there, so I can't say this. When I think about a man forcing a woman on him, I don't want anyone near me, quite frankly, that can injure me, if you know what I mean. So I'm just trying to think of that force of power and what force was used.
I don't think,
because she's kind of complicitly saying, well, I don't want to do it, but I got to do it.
But I don't think there was a vocabulary back then that people would believe to stop it. I think now when you say I was just abused, we are listening, and I don't think people were listening.
But let's take those two individuals out of it. Just like you said, there wasn't a language for that, but back then there were people, not even women, men who walked into these casting offices or these meetings, and they wanted to use their sex to gain some sort of role or to get some sort of notoriety out of it.
They might have dangled it in front of them.
Yeah, and they dangled it, and it happened as well. So let's say, like I said, let's remove these two individuals, but let's say that happened, and some woman went on to win, a couple Oscars and maybe even an EGOT. Do we take those awards away from her just like we stripped Les Moonves of being CEO of CBS?
Because that would be a consensual, altruistic, beneficial relationship between the two of them. I'm not saying it's right.
It's symbiotic.
Not saying it's right, or I would do that, or I would agree with it.
Right.
And just remember this, Brandon, just because you get the role doesn't mean you win the award. You got to be voted on.
Yeah. But can we say the Me Too movement has gave birth to the death of the casting couch?
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I
think we're making progress.
You think someone's still going to go out there and try and
really? Yes. Yes. Before we move on really quickly around the horn, do you think that Matt Lauer is going to, it's been a year, do you think we're going to see him on TV again?
It's a big hell no for me.
Okay.
I would say it depends on whether he's bankable or not, and I'm going to say it is possible but not probable.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes.
And I'm with Tori. I don't think
I don't want him to, but
that's the problem. No one does. That's the problem. There's no one wants to see him.
We'll see. We'll see. Some big news today on President Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen. Let's get right to Kelly Schubert because she is the news at the moment. Kelly.
I do, Sam. President Trump is responding after Michael Cohen pleaded guilty to lying to Congress today in a surprise court appearance. Cohen admitted to making false statements about work he did on a Trump real estate deal in Russia. Today, the president slammed Cohen, calling him, quote, a weak person. Today in court, Cohen's lawyer reportedly told the judge the plea deal involves cooperation with Mueller's Russia investigation. I'll let you know if we get any updates on this developing story.
Thank you, Kelly. We will stay up to date on that. Well, it's official. The holiday season is in full swing. Brandon's feeling it. Yes. Last night was the lighting of the legendary Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. Look at that. The 72-foot tall Norway spruce is sparkling with more than 50,000 lights, and the stars came out to perform for the ceremony, including the legendary Miss Diana Ross, who is still killing it at 74 years old. It makes you just want to bundle up, drink some hot cocoa.
Or eggnog.
Or eggnog, or if you're with Jeff Schroeder, pumpkin spice latte. And after the tree lighting ceremony, NBC rolled out even more John Legend. With this, or his rather, legendary Christmas special, he joined forces with Meghan Trainor, Darren Criss, Raphael Sadiq, and wife Chrissy Teigen to go caroling. Check it out.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey! Oh my God, look at the dog. What's her name?
This is Lady.
Well, we brought some tramps here, so hopefully.
Let every heart prepare its room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing.
And it wouldn't be Christmas without Mariah Carey's hit song, All I Want for Christmas Is You. You've got to see the super cute video she tweeted with her kids, Rock and Row. How fun that, I feel like if you could sing like songs like that, like you can, Bo, that it puts you in the Christmas spirit more.
That's just it.
Do you sing more often in the Christmas time, during holidays?
I do, because, you know, Christmas is that music is that one time a year where you can take even the worst of Grinches and put a smile on their face.
It's so true. I'm Jewish and I'm smiling.
I don't want to be a Grinch, but do you think we need a reboot or a remake of some of these classics? Like,
people do it all the time.
We need to update it. No, new songs though.
Oh, like
let
new
those
material.
ones go, like new material.
I want the traditional ones. If you want to put a spin on it, like Christina Aguilera definitely had a bluesy version of her Christmas album.
Yeah.
Loved that, but I don't need no
I like it old school.
Yeah.
You're just looking for a Drake song or something.
Coming up on DBL, Christmas is less than a month away, and our DBL Deal Blast has you covered. So don't worry, save big on items for everyone on your wish list. But first, giving the gift of life. This holiday season, our own Brandon London explains why bone marrow donations are so close to his heart. That's coming up next.
An evening in front of a fire can be so relaxing, but dangerous.
Ask us. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? I'll come over this side.
I want to stay here. I want to hear. I want to hear.
What's going on, DBL Nation? I'm not trying to be a Grinch, but I'm tired of hearing the same Christmas songs each year. Can we get some new? Can we get some new songs, please?
My favorite thing is when you have a classic Christmas song. Like if you have not heard Christina Aguilera's Christmas album, oh my gosh, she pairs up with you probably know the musicians' names, but a bunch of blues musicians, jazz musicians, and she completely recreates a lot of those famous songs. So you get the nostalgic feel, but then you get that little bit of like something new, which I feel like you're craving.
To your point, there was a time when All I Want for Christmas You was not a song. That's
Wait, what do you mean? Yeah, that's a newer song.
Yeah, that's true. So it's a
modern.
So
you can make a new classic.
Yes.
But it has to sound old. I know that sounds weird.
Yeah, I know
but there's something, all I want for Christmas. There's something very classic about it, right?
Let me tell you a song that really upsets me. I don't like that Paul McCartney.
I hate that song.
It makes me angry.
I hate that
That is one
song.
that can make
and
me
I like
a Grinch.
new Paul McCartney.
Yeah, but
that one
is
is bad. Like
Simply
Having a Wonderful Christmas time.
Why do they play that all the time?
And you know what? It's not simply having. I'm simply having the worst time listening to you.
Paul McCartney is an excellent musician. That was like in the doldrums of his career.
What's your favorite of all Christmas songs?
Oh Holy Night, probably for me. I
Oh my
love
gosh,
that one.
one
It's
gives
just
me
got
chills.
that.
That one gives me chills. Oh Holy Night is a great one.
I like. I like. Oh no, I know. No, I don't like the one that's a little bit manipulative, where it goes, the weather's outside, stay in. She's like, no. He's like, no, stay.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
That's Dolly Parton. That's Dolly
I don't
Parton.
care for that one.
It's cold outside.
That's not consensual.
Baby,
it's cold outside. Go.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. November is National Marrow Awareness Month, a time to spread the word about how to help people fighting blood cancer. Be the Match is an organization that connects those patients to bone marrow donors. My younger sister Tyson was someone who needed a match, and that match turned out to be our dad. Tyson is now a 15-year cancer survivor, and she's sharing her inspiring story with DBL Nation.
I mean, I kind of remember the day, like I was after school, my mom brought me home. Yeah. She didn't really know how to explain it to me. She's just like, you're gonna have to get out of school for a little bit. You have a bone marrow disorder called Fanconi anemia, and then you're gonna have to go to the hospital and leave your family and friends. And at the moment, it was like I didn't really understand. I was like, okay, because it didn't really hit me like what exactly was going on, because I didn't really understand what was happening.
For Dad to have a 1 in 10,000 chance of being a match with you, kind of explain how you guys' bond has been.
Our bond has definitely been very strong, because if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be sitting here on the couch. And for it to be a 1 in 10,000 odd, and him to be that one, I mean, that's amazing.
70% of patients do not have that match in their family. So is this why you've become so active with Be the Match, just to spread the awareness and get people getting them tested?
So that's why you want as many people on the register. The difference between like African Americans and Caucasians, like Caucasians have a 77% chance of finding a match, whereas African Americans only have 23%.
Once someone does register, they've taken the test and they send it in, what should they do now?
So the process is very easy. All you do is you register with the code, and then they'll send you a kit home and you swab your cheek. Once you send the cheek in, they put you into the bone marrow registry.
What kind of message could you give to other people's families who have to go through it and be a strong support for their family member that's going through needing a bone marrow transplant?
Just don't give up. I mean, the love and support that I had from my family was what got me through this whole process, and I couldn't have gotten through it without them.
Every 3 minutes, someone is diagnosed with blood cancer. So the need for bone marrow donors is significant. If you're inspired to join the Be the Match registry, we've made it easy for you. Just head to the Daily Blast Live Facebook page for the link to sign up.
Brandon, I see you're emotional. I'm emotional. I wanted to ask you, what do you see in your sister, Tyson?
I see she's a superhero. You know, we come from a family of, athletes, and I just always wondered, like, I know she wanted to do so much, but was kind of limited in certain ways. But little does she know she's the strongest one in our family. Yeah. She is, and she's coming out of her shell so much after going to college, graduating. Now she's doing internships, and like being able to hang out with her when she came out to visit was just something I really needed. It was something that strengthened our bond even more. And it's hard looking at those images and all, because you replay it back in your mind that I couldn't do anything to save my little sister. And I'm sorry. And I remember when she was a baby, like I would have to like trick her into coming to like hug me and hold me and stuff like that, because she was just one of those type of babies. But then we just had this amazing bond, and I'm just so blessed to have her as my sister. And she's doing work with Be the Match. She's one of the ambassadors, and she's actually the one who set this up. So I love you, Tyson Diller.
Wow, wow. And Tyson, I love the whole London family, but you are the superhero of that family. And we'll share your comments on Brandon's story a little later in the show. But first, we're bringing you the low, low prices on gift ideas for all your friends and family. A special holiday-themed DBL Deal Blast is next.
Change the name and then change it back when he couldn't get help. So people are writing in our favorite Christmas songs. What are they saying? Excuse me, holiday songs, I should say, because let's not forget the dreidel song. Yep, dreidel. It's a terrible song. Barb says, "Oh, Holy Night is definitely my favorite traditional, and all I want for Christmas," which makes sense. Sierra Mackenzie says she's halfway done with senior year, so that's very exciting. We're very happy for her. Baby It's Cold Outside is sung and acted out by Christopher Walken on SNL. That was a hilarious one.
I
love
one.
Which one?
It's a classic Johnny Mathis, and it's never Christmas till you hear Johnny Mathis. It's the most
wonderful time I think the Staples commercial where the dad's like, "Yay!"
I think of Home Alone.
Yes.
Yep. When I hear that song.
Home Alone's a good Christmas
Do
song.
y'all remember the Temptations Christmas album?
No.
Yeah, that was dope. My grandmother.
Yeah, that
came out of left field.
My grandmother plays that.
Elizabeth writes in, I love, Darlene loves Baby Please Come Home. She sang it every year. I remember this on the David Letterman show. For like 20 years she sang it. She jumped on stage on the last one and she was an older lady on his desk. She belted that song. So Darlene loves Baby Please Come Home is a great choice.
Sleigh bells ring.
Ding-a-ling, are you listening? Ding-a-ling, listening.
That one's a good one
Are we listening? Okay.
We're about to let the great deals snow. It's time for DBL Deal Blast Holiday Edition. Let's get excited. That's right. We've teamed up with our friends at MorningSave.com to bring you the lowest prices on the hottest gifts this season. And here to help us out is my girl and yours, Miss Denise Plant.
I always have so much fun coming to Daily Blast Live, but I have to tell you, Erica, the deals are so good, I had to convince Santa to borrow one of his elves. So, sweet little elf Brandon, come on out! Oh, I hear the bell. Is he riding an imaginary reindeer? Thank you for being here.
Christmas definitely came early for me. I don't know about all of you. But let's talk about the Christmas coming early for you as well. Our first deal is the perfect gift for those who value comfort and style.
Absolutely, because it's the Lila Grace robe and slipper bath gift set. It's so nice and so comfy. It's available in lavender. It's a 5-piece set. It includes aromatic bath salts, a plush relaxation robe, pair of cozy slippers, shower gel, and moisturizing body lotion. Plus, get this, the super plush and soft for extra comfort. Perfect holiday gift for any woman in your life, for sure.
Okay, Denise, Santa loves comfort, Santa loves style, but he also loves to save the people money. How much is this going to run?
Normally, I'll be honest, as high as $60.
Yeah.
But today, it's just $29, 52% savings.
29 bucks?
Yes.
That is amazing. One of those items could cost 29 bucks. Bachelor Elf, definitely pay attention to this because here's a gift that every lady loves, jewelry. You can't go wrong. Tell us about these beautiful necklaces.
Yes, the Pacific Pearls Royal Falls Pendant Necklace. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's the Pacific Pearls Royal Falls Pendant Necklace. The ultra-feminine luster of this exquisite pendant makes this the perfect gift for a lady who just oozes class and glamour. Genuine freshwater pearls, 14-karat gold filled with lab-cultivated diamonds. It complements solid colors and adds instant elegance to a business suit.
Ooh, sounds nice. An angry elf loves to make the ladies happy. How much?
You guys, as much normally as $500. But today, just $29, up to 94%.
$29 bucks. Is that crazy? You better get one for every woman in your life.
Gorgeous.
Just saying. Just saying.
Okay, it's time for Angry Elf to take over a little bit. I want to get in on the savings. Now this next gift is for all you media junkies out there. What's the deal with this stylish audio headset?
This is something that I think anybody would love. Electric's 3-piece audio gift set. It includes foldable Bluetooth headphones, a Bluetooth speaker, and premium earbud for the total audio package. It's available in designer metallic rose gold, I love, or black iridescent finishes. Perfect gift set this holiday season, and the stylish audio gift set includes everything you need for listening to media anytime, anywhere. Wireless headphones for great sound and style that are easy to fold and tuck away without any messy wires. And get this, the glittery Bluetooth speaker lights up for nighttime listening, and it's also great for parties. Matching earbuds features a built-in microphone for talking or even on the go.
You had me at rose gold, but you know, rose gold is very trendy and people are popping up those prices. How much is this gonna cost?
Love it. Normally as much as $120.
Yeah.
But today, savings of 59%, only $39.
Wow.
$39.
That's amazing.
Isn't that cool?
Amazing.
Moving on to the next one. All right, Denise, Santa has really been working me really hard. And you know, there's nothing that I love more than a nice massage. And this gift is perfect for those wanting to get rid of those knots and aches without breaking the bank. Tell us more.
So is the IQ cordless neck and shoulder shiatsu massager.
Ooh.
Its heated massage technology soothes the muscle aches and even the pains. Cordless operation for enjoying your massager anywhere. Massage and rubbing modes to help increase circulation and mobility. Unique shape massage ball for a smooth and gentle massage. It'll work out most any area of the body. Front handles allow pressure adjustment during use. Automatic timer and really easy to use controls. Yeah.
All right, well, ho, ho, ho. But is the price low, low, low?
I love when you do that. As much as $280, but today, because Santa's helper is here with us, only $49, 83% off.
Wow.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Isn't that great?
Too much fun. Now, if you want to snag any of these amazing DBL Deal Blast gifts, head on over to morningsave.com, and you can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so much, and another round of applause from Miss Erica Kopp and Denise Plant.
Thank you. Thank you, Santa's helper.
Thank you. Thank you. Put me in a great mood. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you.
All right, guys, we have an update. We will be on in the parade. Is it on the parade or in the parade? I've never been in the parade.
In the parade.
In the parade.
In, but on a float.
And on a, is it a float or a truck? It's a truck. It's a truck. It's more of a truck than a float.
Yeah.
But we're going to be streaming it live on Facebook, and I want you guys to tune in. It's Friday. We'll give you the info, and maybe possibly Saturday. But we're going to be having a great time. It's supposed to be freezing and raining.
But the Parade of Lights, wow, way to sell it, Tori. The Parade of Lights is televised. People in Denver, all over Colorado, love this parade. They look forward to it every year. It's like literally packed with 5 rows back of families braving the weather. Apparently, I've never been there, but according to Denver locals,
huge deal.
People love it.
So I sang Friday for Light the Lights, and 40,000 people were watching online. 40,000. So you can tune in and watch it.
Tell everybody how gorgeous it was.
It's unbelievable. They do this big lights display on our city and county building. So if you've ever seen anything like that before, it's not just like lighting a tree, which is like, oh, it's little. It's not anticlimactic. It's just like once it's done, it's done. This has an actual show that's happening on.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think they do it in Berlin too. They do like a big thing in November. They do that with, but it's really cool. So, but 40,000 people is a lot of people watching something.
I've never been in a parade. I'm very excited. And I think we're getting bullhorns. Are we going to have bullhorns?
I don't know.
So what,
I hope, just to be like, DBL, watch DBL.
I'm sorry, Sam, you're wrong. You're wrong in this.
Brandy says she'll be watching from home. Way too cold. It's a huge deal in Colorado. That's awesome. We cannot wait. They also forgot about the Chipmunks song. Is there a Chipmunks Christmas song?
Yeah.
Christmas time is here.
All I want is a hula hoop.
Yeah.
I just want the hula hoop. That sounds dreadful. Sorry.
What about Shirley Temple?
Yes.
The hippopotamus song.
What is that?
It's darling when she sings
Does
it.
it.
You can actually go to YouTube, watch the actual footage of Shirley Temple singing. What's the name of the song? I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
I think so. It's
That's
something like
it.
my mom would know. She loves Shirley
Hippopotamus
Temple.
Christmas. It's darling.
Shirley Temple was
her.
darling.
You just
Loved
want
her.
Drake featuring
Cardi B.
Migos.
No, I don't need the music. You go to the mall and you shop, you walk into Abercrombie, you walk into Victoria's Secret, you walk everywhere, then you just hear the same songs over and over. I want new songs. I want original material.
Because when I'm alone in my car, and that's very rare because you guys know I don't drive very well, I listen to the same song on repeat until I kill it.
Sick of it.
I'm one of those people. No one likes these type of people.
Maybe there needs to be a
But
store
it's
that
me.
has only original Christmas music, like in the past 5 years.
I like hearing the same damn song song.
What about Elvis Christmas songs?
Oh,
he sang them recently at.
Elvis got a whole album.
Oh,
If you haven't listened to Elvis, they remixed the London Symphony remixed his albums with them on it, and it's really good. So it's got that real big band feel.
Wow.
Pretty awesome. Yeah.
What about
really
Santa,
cool.
baby?
Welcome back to DBL. Tori, you've got comments, and I think they're all in regard to Brandon.
Yeah, you guys were very much touched, as was the whole studio after that happened. So we just wanted to give you a shout out on some of those comments. Tammy Gibson, Brandon, your sister is amazing, and you too, I am in tears. Naomi, wow, thank you, Tyson and Brandon, for sharing her story. And finally, John Venturini, that was a beautiful segment, Brandon, and your sister is absolutely amazing. I met her in person, and immediately I thought, man, this person's powerful.
Yeah, and I love the work that she's doing with Be The Match. She's one of their ambassadors. She's going out and she's telling her story, and I'm like, hey, use that to inspire others. So I encourage everyone to go to our Facebook. There's a link there to where you can sign up and you can join the registry. It's so easy.
You just swab, and if you guys are worried that blood marrow transplant is painful, it's not anymore. No. It's just like giving blood. It might take longer, but know that it's not painful to you. So give the gift of a life.
Just think of 100 years ago. We didn't have this.
No.
We didn't have this technology. We didn't have the ability to connect like this, and because of this, we can now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Way to go, Brandon.
A lot to be thankful for. I can tell
you
that.
and your sister. Way to be the example. Yep. Very important. Well, we will see you guys all tomorrow, same time, same place. Thanks for sharing your DBL take. Have a fantastic day, everybody.
Bye, guys.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
What do you have to hide?
Log on and join our live conversation.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I do agree with you.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, November 29th, and we're the only live show that covers what you're talking about right now. I'm here with Erica, Jeff, Al, and I'm Sam. Let's get started. Well, new accusations right now for former CBS CEO Les Moonves. He is accused of forcing a young actress to perform a sex act on him in 1995 during a meeting at Warner Brothers Studios. That's according to a report in the New York Times. The actress is named Bobby Phillips. Here she is in an appearance on The X-Files in the 90s. Phillips claims Moonves tried to buy her silence by getting her acting roles. Moonves denies the claim, telling the New York Times that he strongly believes the sexual encounter was consensual. And in other Me Too related news, it was exactly 1 year ago today, can you believe it, that Matt Lauer was fired from his job as anchor on the Today Show. The news came as a shock to co-host Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb. Let's watch.
As I'm sure you can imagine, we are devastated, and we are still processing all of this.
It's hard to reconcile what we are hearing with the man who we know, who walks in this building every single day.
Matt has kept a low profile since his firing while he's working to finalize his divorce from his wife. And there are new rumors that Matt is currently dating multiple women in the Hamptons, where he lives. That's according to Radar Online. So 2 separate people, 2 separate cases. Let's begin with Les Moonves. What do you make of the new accusations, Erica?
Well, I think that there's a lot of smoke there, and you have to acknowledge that. The idea, I just want to be clear about sexual assault, because when someone says that they forced, or when a woman says that she was forced to commit an act like the one that we're talking about now, people have a lot of questions as to how that's possible. It's similar to how people have questions how it's possible for a man to be raped. But it is possible. It's more of a power dynamic than anything else. And when you're in a situation like that, you are so in fear that sometimes people just freeze, not knowing what to do, because it's not the act that she was probably thinking about. It was probably the fact that if this goes one way or the other, I'll lose my entire life. No one's going to believe me. This is the most humiliating thing that I've ever had to encounter. You're not thinking about what's happening. You're thinking about how this is impacting your life.
I'm so glad you put it that way, Erica. So important, because I think oftentimes people think sexual assault and rape always has to equate to something violent. But oftentimes it's something just like what Erica just said. Do you think that CBS, let's say they investigate these claims, or even just adding smoke to the fire, that they're still going to give Les Moonves this $120 million payout?
I would think unless something happens legally, contractually, they're obligated to give it to him. And this is why you have a good lawyer, and I'm sure Les Moonves has the best lawyer that you can buy. It's because when you know that your behavior is terrible, you put things in place and stopgaps to make sure that you get paid. And we've seen so many people, whether it was like the owner of the Clippers, Donald Sterling, a few years ago, that was caught saying some untoward things on tape. His girlfriend taped him at the time, and he walked away with $2 billion for selling the Clippers.
That's not okay.
And everybody's saying, well, we got rid of him. It's like, for $2 billion.
What about all the actors out there? I mean, we've heard allegedly a number of actors come forward saying they were not able to work anymore because they didn't oblige to CBS and to Les Moonves. We even heard Janet Jackson's plea about that. So why can't the money be donated to the victims?
There's 2 sides to every story. We're hearing her story right now, and Les Moonves says this didn't happen or it was consensual. Unfortunately, this was a culture in Hollywood at one time for a long period of time, and I don't even want to segregate Hollywood. This is any office setting that you're in. This was the culture, unfortunately. There's a whole series called Mad Men made about this exact culture.
That's a great point.
You know, I'm sure these things happen. I'm positive these things happen. Was it consensual? Was this person trying to pursue her career by doing sexual favors for whoever it was, or vice versa? I don't know. I don't know what to say, but that was the culture. Hopefully with the Me Too era.
But the culture doesn't make it okay.
Of course it doesn't make it okay.
I just want to make that clear.
Hopefully with the Me Too era, this goes away. I'm telling you, I don't think it's going to completely go away. I think people are going to use sex as a weapon to improve in their career. I think it's just part of life.
And Jeff,
I don't know where the money should go.
I agree with you, and I know we got to roll, but I'll just say this. This is, again, we keep talking about the power dynamic, It's because one type of person was in power and everybody else cowered in fear when they walked in the room. And until we as human beings reorganize how we distribute power, this will always happen. If Jeff can snap his fingers and everybody has to react, or you, Sam, or myself, that's going to corrupt us eventually. So until we find a way to distribute power equally, where there are real checks and balances, not just in our government, but on corporate levels, at a Hooters or a Wendy's,
social
wherever,
as well.
That's when we'll start to see this start to go away.
I think we are making progress, slowly but surely, though. Switching gears here, it's official. The holiday season is in full swing, you guys. Yes, last night was the lighting of the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. The 72-foot tall Norway spruce is sparkling with more than 50,000 lights, and the stars came out to perform for the ceremony, including the legendary Diana Ross, who is still killing it at 74 years old. Watch.
Christmas.
Puts you in the Christmas spirit. And after the tree lighting ceremony, NBC rolled out even more John Legend with his legendary Christmas special. He joined forces to go caroling with Meghan Trainor, Darren Criss, Raphael Sadiq, and white Chrissy Teigen. Check it out.
Jingle, jingle all the way.
God, look at the dog. What's her name?
This is Lady.
Well, we brought some tramps here, so hopefully.
Let every heart prepare a room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing.
And it wouldn't be Christmas without Mariah Carey's hit song, All I Want for Christmas Is You. You've got to see the super cute video she tweeted with her kids, Rock and Row. Yes!
Lip syncing again, huh?
We know this is your favorite. Stop it! Excuse me.
It's carpool karaoke even when she's not in the car. Where's Diana Ross at? Can we get the people with talent back out there? Look, I think it was completely obvious.
Mimi doesn't have talent.
Who's still singing though?
John Legend.
Oh, and him, of course.
A legend.
But I'm saying like that segment started to tank after John Legend went off there. After a while, it was a failed comedy sketch and whatever the hell was happening in that car, which I never want to hear again.
What is wrong with you?
That was not entertaining, Erica. Erica, you give her such a pass. You give her such a.
I don't give her a pass. She has earned her way in this world. What are you talking about?
If anybody else went out there and lip synced that and acted like that and bathed in champagne, you would act like you would be all over them.
No,
but if Gwyneth Paltrow did that, you would be having an aneurysm.
She is living her best life and being herself. I would rather have somebody be overtly who they are than covertly someone else, and we have to guess who you are based on the little clues that you leave when you had 2 shots of tequila.
That is so unfair. That is so unfair to the people that stepped up and sung in front of that gigantic tree. That is unfair.
Okay. I think we've sniffed out who the Grinch is this year.
Because I support Diana Ross, the queen.
Honey, yes.
Do you want to see that carpool segment again?
Yes, I do, actually.
Okay,
I'll watch it during the break by myself. Ooh. All right, we're live, and we'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up. Seems like there's trouble in paradise for Stormy Daniels, and her attorney, Michael Avenatti, will tell you why she's reportedly done with him. Then a renowned psychic, Deb Shepard, brings our own DBL staffers news from beyond the grave, why this life-changing experience left them in tears. And you, the viewer, are our 5th host. Reese Witherspoon gets brutally honest with her children. Are you comfortable telling your kids that they're bad at something they love? Your comments coming up next.
Hey guys, Tori here. I am here to give you the lowdown on what's going on in the digital breaks. You guys are going to want to stick around because we got amazing stories, and I'm going to give you a heads up on what's going down this hour on digital. First up, J-Lo. How does she feel about marriage? Well, guess what? We now know. So we're going to be revealing what J-Lo feels about marriage. She's just Jenny from the block, but we're learning more. So we're going to get into that. We're also getting into Airbnb because guess what? It's doing so well that it's expanding its services in 2019. So if you thought you knew Airbnb, think again. We're here to tell you the new Airbnb and what the new services will be in 2019. And of course, we want to discuss the White House that is alluding to a potentially controversial ban. Now, we've seen this White House give a lot of bans before, and they are sometimes controversial, but we want to get ahead of the game and let you guys know what this potential ban will be about, what you can know about, and what you can learn about. So stick around. Daily Blast Live on digital. We got all these good things coming up. You don't want to miss it.
They've been coming out of a robot's head.
This, by the way,
that
for the
Cher
show,
song.
but you're out of your mind.
You're out of your mind.
Horrendous.
Mariah Carey is one of the most talented singers out there.
When's the last time we heard her sing live?
She sung live in the car just then.
She's been in Vegas. She's been on tour.
Yeah.
She's doing stuff. It's not like she's not doing anything.
I know.
Plus, since when is it okay to rag on somebody having a special moment with their children? What kind of Grinch business is that?
Especially during
when you
the
start selling
holiday
commercial
season,
time in between that,
Christmas season.
No, I'm allowed to comment when it's on
Grinch.
television and you're selling commercial ad time.
she
That's
didn't
for my
do that.
entertainment. That was not entertaining.
Our producers.
I didn't knock on their window and say, "What are y'all doing in here?" What?
That wasn't like a TV special.
That was her
It was on
Instagram.
NBC. No, it wasn't.
He wasn't even paying attention. He wasn't even paying attention. It was a social media posting.
Well,
he thought they gave her a whole 5-minute block to do that.
You know it's Chrissy Teigen the one messing it all up.
Well, you know what? That's why I kind of.
Tomorrow on